What's up? Pick Central. You hear me? Pick Central. April 11th. Tuesday edition? Tuesday edition.
Tuesday.
Me, Ev, Smitty in Canada. Evading tax day. Good for you, Smitty. Today.
Chose Canada over Puerto Rico, Smith? It's much nicer down there.
Oh, Puerto Rico is technically America.
Yeah, they could get them.
Yeah, but you got to evade taxes there.
They could get them.
So the Paul brothers did. It's honestly pretty smart.
Listen, I've been doing it. Today's show is brought to you by the Barstool Sportsbook, the one and only sportsbook of Pick Central and Barstool Sports. Barstool Sportsbook is made for you, the loyal fans and listeners, and is the only place to find exclusive picks and parlays from Big Cat, El Prez, and the Pick Central crew. Follow or fade us. It's up to you. We got the hit parade today. I'm sure there's a punch-out parlay today.
3x3 coming.
Home runs, 3x3. You probably have the GPS or something like that. Smitty's got Bet with Smitty 16 different ways. He's always got something cooking. Now offering a $1,000 bonus for new players. If your first bet loses, get up to $1,000 in bonus cash. So download and create an account today. Use code PICK to unlock your $1,000 bonus. The Barstool Sportsbook lets you bet however you like with daily odds boosts, live in-game wagering, move the line, and teaser bets, and the Parlay Plus for bigger payouts. iCasino is also available in select states with table games and slots. Download and create an account today. Be sure to use code PICK, P-I-C-K, to unlock your $1,000 bonus. That's the Barstool Sportsbook, code PICK. Terms apply. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. NBA. Now it starts to matter, finally. So a couple different things with that. You got the play-in tonight. Atlanta, plus 5.5, heading to Miami. Miami obviously laying 5.5, over 228, under 228. Atlanta plus 180 on the money line. Miami minus 215.
People forget that the Heat made the conference finals last year.
Yeah,
like they were very, very close to making the finals.
They made the finals in the bubble.
Yeah, they were there in the bubble. Yeah,
and really the only thing that's changed for them is they haven't been able to shoot the three worth shit this year.
That's a big deal in the NBA.
Oh yeah. But if they turn it on, they got guys that can absolutely light it up. Jimmy Butler will put people in prison again, and who knows? Maybe they can do something.
I kind of think they can. I mean, also just for this game itself. I mean, the Hawks are just been in like disarray all year.
The Hawks are that team.
Trae Young. They're claiming Trae Young might want out.
The Hawks
made this big trade for Dejounte Murray. Everyone's all excited. They're going to make this. They're going to be the team that, or the player that maybe gets them over the hump, where they're like a legit contender in the East. I mean, the coach is fired. I mean,
yeah,
Trae Young is like apparently just not happy with the situation. Everything's just he hasn't played well either. He shot the ball like shit this year.
Well, two things about the Hawks. The fact that they got rid of their coach after he made the conference finals 2 years ago, like miraculously, and just fired him undistinguished like mid-season this year. I mean, that's egregious. That's a shit show. But Trae Young, when they changed that contract rule last year where him and James Harden can, pump fake and then lean into the foul shot and get the foul. When they changed that and stopped calling that, Trae Young has not been the player that he was or is supposed to be. He just hasn't been.
I think he's been very, like, you make a good point. I feel like he just, in general, too, he's just been inefficient from three.
Yeah.
He doesn't shoot as many. I don't know. It's been, I mean, Murray being there is probably taking the ball out of his hands quite a bit than he was used to, where he was bringing the ball up the court every single time prior. But I mean, he just seems off. He's just not the same player he was.
Yeah, it's just disarray. I mean, you saw it 2 years ago when they ran through the Knicks in the first round.
Oh, dude, Yeah. As much as I talk shit about him in that series, I mean, he dragged his nuts across our face.
Yeah, which is bizarre. That
incredible.
Changing the rule on a foul is what is fucking him up. It's not the ball. It's not the line.
It's definitely part
back.
of it.
No, I'm not dismissing what he's saying, but what are you that you can't the fact that you can't lean into guys is fucking
I think
you
so
up
much
so
of him,
much.
like so much of him that it just starts like the. I mean, so much of his game from just obviously getting to the line and just kind of, and also I think it would kind of, and I think because of it, people would play off him more. And now I think they realize you have the ability to play tighter. He's not the tallest guy in the world. He's got a quick release, so it's not like his shot's getting blocked. But I think maybe that extra room and that it takes away that confidence. I think it all kind of plays into it a little bit.
And chat's saying Embiid does that every game and he's MVP. Look, big man down below, facing contact, completely different than
the
on
three,
the
for
perimeter, like trying to pump fake and going in and trying to get contact. Completely different.
So the Hawks, you talk like they made the conference finals a couple years ago, but I don't know. To me, I think it's like 20 years of the Hawks just being middle of the road, which is the worst you can be in the NBA. At least like 8, 9 years. Like,
well, they've almost been like almost like sort of better but worse than the middle of the road, where they've been like the top of the East. They even had the year where they had the 4 All-Stars. They were the number 1 seed, and they still got swept by the LeBron Cavs. They've been this team where like you've seen them be good, where you know like this team's a solid basketball team. They're a good team. But at the same time, you're like, they have no chance to win a final.
Yeah, they've just
go to the finals.
It's just been good, like a couple of good valleys and then or peaks, and then it's been middle of the like. This is the worst possible thing you want to be in the NBA. You do not want to be middle of the road forever, like the Hornets in the '90s and shit. Like you want either to tank or you want to compete for a championship. Being in the middle of the road like the Hawks are, like it's got to drive you nuts.
I do like the fact that they traded for Dejounte Murray. I think that was them going for it though. It hasn't worked out, but I think they were trying to get over that hump that they've been stuck in, even since we started like Budenholzer days onto what they are now. But it's clearly not working.
I mean, Murray's just not star power enough.
No,
with Trey to get it done.
I don't think
which is a shame because Trey needs.
I don't think they fit. It doesn't seem like they fit together well either.
Somebody was telling me, I don't remember when I heard this, but this could all just be a rumor and hearsay. But apparently, the Hawks have a situation similar to the movie Hustle, where the owner's son is kind of just like making all the calls and like doing play money. Like he was a big part of the DeJounte Murray trade, stuff like that. So running Nate McMillan out of town and stuff like that.
Yeah,
that's hearsay, rumors maybe.
So someone needs to listen to Adam. We need to call Adam Sandler. Is basically what you're saying.
Yeah, we need whoever the most senior scout is at the Hawks needs to take over.
Yeah, I don't know. I just think the Hawks are fucking middle of the road. Like it's just been forever. Like
I like the Heat tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, even if the Hawks do something tonight, like they're not going to go far.
No,
He'd actually have a chance.
Yeah.
He'd have a chance to do something.
Of all the spots, that's the worst you want to be in all of sports is middle of the road in the NBA. I think it's just fucking eternity.
You like the 8th seed in the East?
Yeah.
It's horrible.
It's the worst.
Horrible spot.
Or like 6, like even worse, like 5. Like
well, that's exactly why the process
5
happened.
eternally. 5 eternally. Yeah. No.
I mean,
I think the Knicks are overachieving. You're happy with what we got, you know?
Oh, well, the Knicks are different. The Knicks are in a spot where I think they're finally.
Yeah.
This is the best team they've had in probably like 20 years, really, like 20 plus years.
It's been bad.
They're still listen. The Knicks aren't winning a championship this year.
The 2012 team before Amari punched the fucking fire extinguisher was pretty good.
I still think this team is more like complete than that team. Like I think, like I said, this team is winning a championship. That team wasn't winning a championship, but I think this team is in terms of like having the good like young core with like Brunson obviously great sign, like he's made Randall better. How good Quickly's been, and these like Grimes, Obi, like Deuce. They have some guy like Hartstein's been good. They have some guys actually build around going forward.
Are you concerned? Are you concerned about Brunson maxing out?
Nah.
Like playing to his absolute top of his potential?
I mean, I think a lot of people kind of thought that last year when it was just him and Luka, and he's been unbelievable this year. I mean, I hit him. I was a guy who thought we overpaid him, and now I think he's underpaid.
Look, I think he can have a career that's consistent with like a Chris Paul. But maybe actually win something.
He was legit all-star snub. I mean, also I guess we're jumping series, but I think we can beat the Cavs, but I guess we'll save that for that'll be a couple of days from now. But I think we can legitimately beat the Cavs in this series.
It's just fun when the Knicks are in the playoffs. It's you know.
I'm enjoying it, but I'm also realistic. Like I'm not like
I think this is
going all the way. You know what I mean? Like,
but you know what's inevitable, right, Ev? Is there's going to be a side talk video with like overzealous Knicks fans, and it's going to be like egg on your face type moment.
If we beat the Cavs in a series, you might catch a stray. We're going all the way from me.
Yeah.
those are the best. We want Boston.
But in terms of building, we'd have to get through Milwaukee first. In terms of building, though, winning is like we got to the playoffs. Now we're getting to the playoffs pretty consistently, 2 out of 3 years. Like, let's win a fucking series now.
It'd be nice.
And then start to build and not give – we have a ton of picks.
But
maybe you can convince – the trick is you got to convince somebody to come here who's a big fan.
Exactly.
We have not been able to do that
was a good
forever.
Start. But I think now we're in a spot where I think really it's as enticing as it's been in a long time.
I think we have to win this series. I think we do. I think the Knicks have to
If you guys can get a legit star to come in with Randall and Brunson, you guys are favorites in the East.
Maybe, yeah.
Think so?
But I mean, there's only
I definitely think so.
I think there's only a few guys that really fit that bill at this point, though.
Well, of course.
There's only a
And
handful,
it's a pipe dream, but if for some reason KD came over next year, like
Sounds
it's
good.
a pot. Yeah, like
I'm in.
I mean,
sign me up.
it's
I think you
wishful
probably have to
thinking.
move Randall.
But
Randall loves the ball too much. I think you
Yeah,
have
he
to move
does.
him for a superstar. Maybe get something else
Brunson,
up. But
Brunson has made him better, and he really hasn't. Randall shoots the three pretty well.
it was crazy that 2 years ago he was like the best player on earth. Last year he kind of just
Yeah.
dissipated,
Yeah.
and then now he's back.
He's
to, like,
back.
to what he was.
The late game, Minnesota plus 8.5 going to LA minus the 8.5. Total 233. So I don't know. I said it the other day. Like he can't make a run in these playoffs, right? We don't want to watch as much as I want the Warriors to keep this dynasty going. I don't want to watch LeBron. I'm really just sick of the fucking act. And they mailed in the season like he's a disaster.
for this moment, for these playoffs, that's why he did it.
You really think they're alive,
you.
Smitty? You really think they're alive?
Yes. I do.
Jesus Christ.
You think
I don't think he can count.
Well, live.
I know you're right, and I just hate it. I
live
hate
to win a championship or live to win to
live
make
to
a
win
run.
the championship.
Both.
Make a
Both,
run,
yeah.
I guess. Both.
Yeah. No, I absolutely do. If LeBron has he's got a shelf life, and it's coming like probably sooner than anybody thinks. Like he's 30. It's my age, for fuck's sake. He's 38 years old, and he's still playing at that pinnacle level above pretty much everybody else in the NBA. If he's healthy and Anthony Davis is healthy and D'Angelo Russell is able to put together some 3-star power games, which he's absolutely capable of doing, like they absolutely can win a championship.
I'm not as far as you, but I think they can make a run. And the reason I think they make a run is how weak the top of the West is. Like obviously I think listen, I've said all year I'm not a believer in the Nuggets like long term. I mean listen, the Kings, like good for them. Like got out, like they had a great year, great regular season year. They're still a couple years away, I think. I mean the Grizzlies still a year, I think a couple years away. So I think the way the draws worked out, that I think they definitely if they can win and get in the playoffs, like if they win tonight, get in, I think they definitely can win the first series. Now that second series, if they have to go against Phoenix or the Warriors, that's a whole different story. Like I think those are gonna be tough series for them, but I think they definitely can win that first series for sure.
Ebo, you might want to check on this. Shout out Phil, comment section. Second best record after the All-Star break is the Lakers.
When Anthony Davis got hot, he was the best player in the NBA. Like he played like that the whole season. He's probably the MVP.
Isn't that only 20 games though? After the All-Star break?
After the trade deadline, they got sharp.
Okay.
I also think that's quarter of the season, so that's a nice sample size.
It's crazy what not forcing 30 minutes to Russell Westbrook can do for your team.
I mean,
said the last 2 years, less is more.
But when is LeBron going to figure that out? Of like is he finally going to? If they do make a run now, is he finally going to learn like stop going for the?
Well, I think the trade they made that Minnesota trade worked out really well for them too. Like they just like Vanderbilt's been good. They get D'Lo. Like I think that's worked out very very well for them.
You want to know what the biggest story of the NBA playoffs is, in my opinion?
What's that?
The Mavs fucking missed it.
Isn't that
Smitty? Unbelievable? Unbelievable.
It's what happens when you sign Kyrie Irving.
That's unbelievable.
The spin zoning people have been doing on Luka Doncic is crazy.
Honestly, hold on.
They're I'm making him a martyr for this is kind of insane.
I kind of love it because I last year I didn't go nuts. I didn't really tweet about it much this year, but last year I have to find it and retweet it. I started the bandwagon of that he's overrated. People were jumping down my throat because he's so young. He hasn't done anything. Here we are.
I would argue they have.
I'm just saying.
They have.
I'm just saying.
Some depth issues. I think it's like them and the Clippers have like a 2-player team, and then after that, you don't really have any great NBA
also,
players.
it's crazy the way that Kyrie Irving can go on a team and within a month just suck the soul.
I've said it 50 times.
Pause.
Like how is Kyrie going to get a spot next year?
They're talking about Rico. They're talking about re-signing him I can't.
Oh, he's going to the Lakers.
I can't believe it. Like this guy, I mean, he's a phenomenal, and it's amazing to me still on Twitter, like when like Barstool, the main account will where someone writes a blog and they post the headline or they post anything he does. How has the world not come around to that? This guy is such an asshole.
Yeah,
I don't get it.
Especially, I mean,
I feel like I stuck with the guy longer than most. Like, with
it's not just the
sage,
it's not just the pouting on the sidelines. Like
he's become
doing
a loser.
awful shit.
He's a cancer to your basketball
in the community. Team. Like it got really, really dark there for a while.
But even like that shit's bad too. Like I'm saying even just on the court.
But I'm saying
just
okay,
in your
so,
locker
right,
room.
But okay, so
he's just a dark cloud over you.
All I'm saying is you might be able to look the other way of like being like a pain in the ass in the locker room and. I don't want to play and I want to trade and this and that. Like, you can I'm saying, no, I wouldn't, but maybe overlook all that. Then he's doing all the other shit off the court and he's a fucking psychopath.
That's
like,
crazy.
with, bad shit. I just don't know how he can ever get another spot. He will because he can play, but it's like.
Well, yeah. But Kyrie on the court when he can play. And decides he wants to play, he's arguably the best point guard in the league. I mean, talent-wise, so you just can't disagree with that. But off the court problems aside, and even on the court, look at this trade. I mean, Brooklyn received a second-round pick, first-round pick unprotected 2029 for second-round pick 2029. But Mavericks gave up Dorian Finney-Smith, who's a good ball player, and like his heart, like he goes after rebounds, and Spencer Dinwiddie.
Really good.
Those two players instead of Kyrie make the Mavericks a better team. They just do with Luka having the ball all the time. So they did this to themselves.
I mean, look at them last year. Just swapped Brunson in for Kyrie.
Yeah,
they were so much better.
How much do you think Cuban has a hand in that in all these? On all these deals,
a lot.
I think he has a hand in everything.
He's not the GM, is he?
He's not the GM, but at the end of the day, he signs the check. So at the end of the day, he gets to say yes and no.
But not only yes and no, I think he's actively involved. I guarantee Mark Cuban got a phone call saying, "Hey, do you want to go after Kyrie?" And I would even say he's probably like, "Yeah, fuck yeah, let's do it." Oh yeah,
for sure.
I mean, the two people making decisions are Cuban and Luka. Like Luka got Rick Carlisle run out of town, so we got Jason Kidd in there.
Yeah. So we look back
at damn good coach.
We look back at the 90s and the glory days that we talk about at the NBA, the Last Dance and the no layups Knicks and Reggie Miller and Sean Kemp and like a lot of and Barkley and a lot of that time period gets like glorified. In like 10 or 15 years when we look back at these kind of superstars, a guy like Durant who's got 6 jerseys already or 5 jerseys, whatever it is. LeBron, a superstar on 3 different teams, probably going to be on a 4th when his kid comes into the league. Like Kyrie Irving, like a cancer. Like I don't know, Russell Westbrook, like never won anything. Chris Paul is probably one of the best players for the last 15 years. Never won anything. Like moving around. Like what are we gonna classify this age as? Like because they're fucking unbelievable basketball players. Like how your dad growing up be like, oh, you should have seen Bird in his peak before the back went, and you should have seen Magic. And like we can talk about like kids now, like was Jordan really that good? Were the Knicks that tough? Like yeah, the Knicks were that tough, man. Like they were fucking crazy. Like Reggie Miller was Steph Curry, just without the complete handles. Like he could hit shots with his body contorted out of nowhere. Like it was glorified stuff. Like Barkley was a tough son of a bitch. What are we gonna say now? Like when in 15 years when people ask about it? Like, is this just a weird period of
no? They're gonna call them plumbers.
AAU type what?
They're gonna call them plumbers. They're gonna say Embiid played against Jokic. That fucking loser.
I'm just saying it's a really weird spot where none of your superstars like have identities being on teams forever. Well, I mean, but I don't know if there's many life
that's related to.
I could see Tatum.
You are discounting Giannis right there.
Okay, but he's still young. How many years he been in the league?
Almost 10.
But he just resigned. He's going to be a buck for life, pretty much.
Okay. All right, so that's one. But you get my point of name the all 5 of the last 10, 15 years.
But it's different now because like the players have so much more power.
Dude, I get that.
I'm saying, but I'm saying they don't really have that. A lot of these guys probably wouldn't have moved if they had the choice. Like Barkley did it multiple times.
Hold on.
Which shit wasn't working out for him.
You're saying a lot of those guys in the 90s would have moved if they had the opportunity?
Absolutely.
Yeah, Barkley was one of the first ones. He forced his way out of Philly.
Shaq played how many different places?
Yeah, but
That's a little later. But yeah,
Shaq left free agency for the paycheck. Barkley forced himself to get traded.
Yeah. Also, the Lakers basically chose Kobe over him, so that was the second move. Was kind of not really on him. But I
think Shaq had similar to Barkley. Shaq had 3 teams to me. It was the Magic, the Lakers, and the Heat for an extended
the end was
period.
his older time.
And then it's like, all right, he's a 7-foot big man who's going to break down.
Shots fired, Celtics.
No, yeah. Then at the end,
Honestly,
he was Phoenix, Celtics.
Suns would be 4 if you had to pick one.
Yeah, I guess.
They're actually good when he was on there. They actually wanted him.
Yeah.
Even though he didn't really fit into what they did, like schematically.
That was still towards the end. I watched the documentary on Shaq too. Like
I did too. It's very good.
It was basically like, I did break down and then it started to move. But he made 3 conscious moves: Orlando, Los Angeles, and the Heat.
Well, I guess let me answer your question. Not to to put a label on this era, I guess. I mean, this isn't like some label answer, but I mean, these are the most skilled offensive players you've
without
ever
a
seen
doubt. Without a doubt.
In terms of, because even when you go deeper into it, the analytics of these guys literally know where their best spots are on the court. They practice 2 dribbles here, crossover, get to the elbow. That's the elbow's their spot, or get here, get there.
Dude, efficiency, everything that I talked
way
about.
These guys can score is just incredible. The way they can shoot is they've never been able to shoot like this at any era. It's incredible.
I don't know that, Big Ev. If you ever saw Pistol Pete Maravich play a game without the 3-point line, I actually think he would be the only one.
He's the only one that could now if you're the 9th guy on the roster, you better be able to shoot threes.
Yeah. No, I mean I get that, dude, and that's what makes it that's still we're engaged in the playoffs, and that's why people haven't fully checked out on it because they are the most talented ever. But in terms, I guess, the competitive edge, or just the history of their careers, it's a really weird type of thing, where is Durant? Is Durant ever going to get? How about this? To me, Durant's the top, 5 player that I've ever seen in my lifetime. Top 10. He's the best scorer I've ever seen naturally, ever, without a doubt, ever. The guy was born to score. I said that when he was a freshman at fucking Texas against Oklahoma State in triple overtime. He's unbelievable. Is Durant going to have his number retired anywhere? Now, I'm not saying that defines you as great or something, but isn't it a little weird we're going to have a top 10 guy whose number is not going to be retired anywhere?
Thunder
definitely will.
Yeah.
Maybe Warriors.
Warriors is going to be tough.
I mean,
you're going to have to do
I'll put it this way. No, none of you laughed me off the fucking seat with the question there.
No.
I think Curry would get his.
The
obviously, Curry gets his number retired before Durant, but it wouldn't surprise me if Durant got his number.
I don't know,
because I think they would do Curry, Clay, Draymond first. That's your core. Those are your guys.
I think
I don't know if
I don't think you're retiring. Are you retiring Draymond?
Yes,
absolutely.
Absolutely.
The core guy that won you 4 titles.
Absolutely.
Also, people forget how good he was the first 3. He was incredible.
He's the
he's
core
still
through the whole thing.
He's still the spark plug.
He's one of the heart and soul. One of the greatest defenders in the history of the NBA. He switches 1 through 5.
Plus, if they don't do it, he'll go crazy.
Are the Warriors going to retire Andre Iguodala's number?
Nah.
Who?
Nah, not Iguodala.
No.
NBA Finals MVP, baby.
Yeah.
Not Iguodala.
Still one of the biggest shit. Still makes me upset. held LeBron to 35 a game.
That's what's
defensive
funny.
Effort.
And also,
for Curry.
we're asking about that. If the 94, I'm telling you right now.
Curry not getting that is
the 94 Knicks hung that banner, even though it was kind of a Mickey Mouse title without Jordan.
It's no Mickey
right now.
Mouse title.
I'm telling you right now.
It's no Mickey Mouse.
Ewing already had it. Oakley, Starks, Harper, Mason, Herb Williams.
The whole team.
Retire fucking everybody. They'd be
team.
gods up there. Charles Smith, all of them. The Knicks 94 would just be the whole fucking thing. Nobody would wear numbers. We don't know what the fuck to do.
Wouldn't even win it. I'd still
one title in a certain spot, Well, the Cavs gonna retire LeBron's number?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes.
I didn't know how much they getting him that title just to keep
Cleveland.
Yeah, I know.
This is for you.
Yeah.
But he did fuck them.
Their first
fuck them. He did fuck them.
Yeah, but he also blessed them.
Yeah, he did. But I mean, he should have had the 2 he had in Miami there instead of Cleveland.
They fucked at first. They fucked up. They couldn't build around him. And then
LeBron might have his number retired in 3 different cities.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Heat he definitely should as well.
Mm-hmm. I mean, he's got at least 2. If you
get it retired in 3,
but if he wins another one,
if you get it retired in 3 places, does it also knock it down?
No, I think it just shows how great you were.
Yeah, for like 2 years.
But I'm saying if he ends up winning, like if say he won another, like I don't think he's gonna win another one with the Lakers, but say he did somehow the next couple of years, and you won like one with the Cavs, which was their first title not only for basketball but for their city in 50 years.
All right, I have the list
two
of
for the Heat and then 2 for the that's crazy.
the list of players with jerseys retired by multiple teams: Kareem, Wilt, Clyde Drexler, Julius Irving, Elvin Hayes, Michael Jordan, Pete Maravich, Moses Malone, Bob Lanier, Earl Monroe.
The Wizards retired Jordan's number. That's fucking disgraceful.
And also, you're counting.
No, this is this says Michael Jordan has his number 23 retired by the Bulls and the Heat.
The Heat just out of respect.
What?
Just retired.
This is according to Wikipedia, so I could be getting pranked.
Wait,
but
where did Clyde? Clyde got 2. What were Clyde's 2?
Trailblazers and the Rockets.
Trailblazers.
He was a star for the Trailblazers.
Yes.
And also, you got a little ABA action in there. I'm not sure if that should count.
Yeah. I don't know if that.
Oh yeah, with Dr. J.
Does Bosch get his number retired in Miami?
I don't know.
I don't think so.
What about Toronto?
The reason going back to
He
Durant.
didn't win one in Toronto.
Yeah, he was great there, and they've only won one title.
You think those guys would show up for Durant's retirement ceremony?
Who?
Draymond, Steph, and Clay. That's where I don't like. Do you want to give him the ceremony if you know no one's going to show up? Do those guys want his number hanging up when they go and look and there's 3 and be like, Daddy, who played with you? And it's like, oh, yeah, fucking Durant. Like, I don't know. I don't know how sour they are on that. I wouldn't.
That's an interesting thought. I think that's the real debate is if the Warriors would retire Durant's number.
I don't think they would.
The guy, he won 2 Finals MVPs.
Yeah.
I would say it's funny because like almost any other circumstance, you'd say it's a no-brainer.
I think it was like, it's kind of like it was a sexual transaction. Like they knew what they were doing. Like, all right, you're gonna come in, we're gonna hang some, we're gonna nut, and then you're gonna leave.
Leave the money on the
like that's how it's going. Like it wasn't. It was a very dirty. They knew what was going on. So like maybe they don't want to. It's one of those things. They knew they kind of bought the 2 titles. They don't want to talk about it. I don't know. I just think it's an interesting.
It's crazy.
Like, I think Durant might have his number retired anywhere.
No. Thunder definitely.
The Thunder definitely will.
Yeah,
he took him to their first final. He was like homegrown.
Like, you got to realize when you got to put into perspective retiring numbers like franchises.
Yeah.
Like the Thunder, who the fuck like I think they'd love to. They might retire Westbrook's number.
Yeah. Oh no, I think they retire all 3.
You think
Westbrook,
Harden too?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Harden, I don't know. Westbrook, I would think they probably will.
What about Jeff
But
Green?
that's the only
Nick Collison,
Steven Adams.
That's the only time the Thunder have been relevant since they moved and since Alex Bennett canceled the Supersonics.
Yeah. Shout out to Cousin though. Cousin can golf.
I think the issue you really pointed out there though is that like in the NBA, and this is why people don't really care, is like teams don't matter. Like the Knicks, and that's an exception. People care about the Knicks, but like people don't really have favorite teams. They have like favorite players that they follow to different teams.
I think that's a kid.
That's a fair.
I think that's a statement of the way the kid. Like you watch a lot of kids now. They don't care about the teams.
Well, even when Evan and I were growing up, no one had.
I'm a Luka guy.
That's who watches the NBA now.
Yes, kids.
Like the kid. Like the reason the NBA does numbers is because kids truly love the NBA. I think adults have gotten over because I think adults love the playoff format so much that the regular season's gotten watered down. But kids love NBA.
There's not a single, I don't know if this is, maybe not a single city, but there are very few cities in the United States where I think fans would say the NBA team in the city is their favorite team.
That's interesting.
So I can tell you for a fact, if you go to D.C., the Wizards are like the 5th or 6th team.
All right, so that's fine. I think in Boston.
In Boston, you can have. I mean, they're especially old school Boston people.
Old school Boston Celtics. Yeah.
Where would you put the Sixers and Philly?
No. I guess. All right. Here's the question. I think what he's laying out. You poll everyone in the city.
Yeah.
What cities where teams have multiple sports does the NBA team come up with the highest percentage?
In Philly, it's a hard 3.
Right. In
like
New
hard.
York,
They're definitely behind.
New York
is it's interesting because it's the one team we all come together on. Like whether you're a Nets, whether you're like a Giants, whether you're Giants, Jets, you're Yankees, Mets, everybody is a Knicks fan. Like we're all together with the Knicks.
Yeah.
The Nets are irrelevant.
But I think
and St. John's.
Yes,
yeah, of course.
Well, when you poll
Johnny's, who could forget
New York's team, Ricky P, bringing them back.
Chad is saying Lakers, which is fair. Lakers are probably the number 1 team.
You think the Lakers over the Dodgers out there?
I think Dodgers. I don't know.
The Lakers
Dodgers
though, like
get a lot of play.
But think
out
about
there.
from Showtime Lakers to
Yeah.
Kobe LeBron,
Lakers would be number
Shaq
one
Lakers.
for sure.
Now
Hey,
even
Kobe,
LeBron
Shaq.
Lakers.
I mean, it's
Have you
hard.
ever heard of Sandy Koufax, Big Ev?
I've heard-
Gibson?
Yeah, but he don't put asses in the seats like Showtime does.
Exactly.
Golden State, San Francisco
Jack
would be
Nicholson.
interesting. Like,
Yeah,
do you
but
think
San
do you think
Francisco-
Warriors 49ers are like probably the team in the Bay,
Even the
right?
Giants with Barry Bonds.
Yeah, the Bay's been sneaky at great.
I guess
sports
I guess
city.
the way the question is, Ev, is like, so if you could only pick the one, or which team is your favorite of all of them in New York? And I think the Knicks have a high percentage.
I think they would.
But I
too.
worry that there's so many teams and so many people in New York that a part of the poll would go Giants, Mets, Yankees, like and knock the Knicks down in that sense.
But
You know what I mean?
I agree with you. But I think if you pulled like the New York is just such like a basketball city. Like I think especially if you really pulled like New York City, I think the Knicks probably would be the answer.
So like even Chicago,
If you ask them like which team could, because I think the Yankees would probably be second because people do love the
Yeah.
Yankees, and that's more for
the Mets
like,
have a passionate fan base. We're idiots, but we have a passionate fan base for sure.
Yeah, no doubt.
And the Jets
really
have a
think-
passionate fan base.
Well,
They're idiots too.
You
but-
really think more New Yorkers are fans of the Knicks than the Yankees? Like the Yankees are one of the most.
The Yankees they've just won, so it's so easy. But if you compare like there's not really a numerical way to put this, but like the ratio of how bad the Knicks have been to like their fans, of course, as opposed to like the Yankees, how good they've been, how many fans they have. People love the Knicks.
Yeah, I mean they've sold out for
I love
25
the
years.
Knicks. I would do anything for the Knicks to win
Terrible.
a
The Knicks have been
championship.
terrible for 20 years.
Yeah, they sell it every year. It doesn't matter.
Every year.
Every game.
I mean, even the sniff of like getting LeBron that in 08 ticket sale, like everything it's crazy.
Like Cleveland has had the worst football team in the history of the NFL since it moved back. Like they stink. I bet you more people in Cleveland would care about the Browns and the current
Yeah,
Cavaliers.
no, as someone who lived in Ohio, they love the Browns.
yeah, they love the Browns.
I going there, especially when they were like 0-18 or 0-16 bad, they truly show out. for
which
the Browns.
cities-
I respect Cleveland a lot. They
what's
ride
the-
or die with the
Which
Browns.
city is the NBA top at? Because I don't think Chicago is.
I'd say-
I think more people would say if I only pick one team, I'm picking the Cubs.
Oh, well, no, Bears.
Bears as
Yeah.
well too. Yeah, I mean that makes it different. So it's not Chicago. Boston. Boston, I could see a lot of people still being diehard Celtics
I think the
fans.
Bay Area,
Yeah, but that's like
It's
or
also
even
recent.
they only
and I
got
know-
two to choose from.
or
I
even
guess.
this might be an interesting one because I know in Atlanta they don't really love their sports, the Hawks, because like the Falcons fans aren't big Falcons fans.
I think they're kind of weak on sports
Yeah.
down there in general.
They're very weak on. So the
Milwaukee?
Braves didn't sell out in the
They're
playoffs.
they're
until,
college.
Like, 2 years
Is the-
like
is the
they'd
Bucks?
rather the Georgia Bulldogs
Is
win.
the answer the Bucks, Milwaukee? But do we also consider that
yeah, I mean, would you
Green
consider
Bay.
Green
Green
Bay part of
Bay?
that?
That's where it gets.
Green Bay counts. That's the same. Like
Yeah, okay. So then that,
You're
no
lumping
way they're ahead of the Packers. Who else am I missing?
What did the
Yeah.
Lions?
The Detroit. No.
Pistons?
They love their
No.
fans.
they like the Lions.
Go through
Yeah,
the
I
NBA
love the
teams.
Lions.
Yeah.
Like Oklahoma City, because that's all they have. Like, go through multiples. What am I
I bet
missing?
if Seattle got their team back, like they for a little bit would be like, we love the Supersonics, we need the Supersonics, we only care about the Supersonics,
but
but
that's
more
what I'm
people
saying.
Yeah.
care
Yeah,
about
I
the
mean,
the
yeah.
Seahawks.
NBA really has no brainer answer of like who's the dominant
I
team
got
other
one
than
I
the
think is a good.
Lakers.
I got one that I think is good. The Phoenix Suns right now.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't think anyone
Yeah.
there really is a Diamondbacks fan.
nobody's really
a
nobody's
Coyotes fan.
diehard
Coyotes
Coyotes.
Mm-hmm.
We sure about
Biz.
that? Yeah, I would say that. But the Suns make sense. But other than that, like there's not a lot that the NBA is dominating. I find that interesting. That's a good point.
Yeah, no, I would because I mean even think about like Lakers. Lakers honestly might be the answer.
No,
'Cause even when you think
that's
about the
fine. But there's
football,
no
like-
others other than the Suns. Like we're going through these teams
What just that don't have another
where
team.
it's multiple. No, where it's multiple, and the NBA is the top dog. That's the question.
Charlotte, it's NASCAR.
Yeah, yeah.
Rubbing his racing brother.
Yeah, there's
Okay,
more,
so
more petty
I-
shirts.
I have a question for you boys. Out of the teams in the NBA Finals, who realistically can you see winning?
NBA
'Cause
playoffs, you mean?
Yes, in the NBA playoffs. Because for
Not
me,
many.
there's 1, 2, 3, 4. There's only 5 teams.
What are your
And
five?
the
Bucks,
okay, so the
Celtics,
Bucks are plus
Warriors.
225. Celtics are plus 350. Suns are plus 450. Nuggets then jumps plus 800. Warriors plus 800, which I think is great value. Sixers plus 1,000. Lakers plus 1,400, Grizzlies plus 2,000, and it really goes out of control. Cavs plus 4, Clippers plus 4, and the rest. The 5 that I got: Bucks, yes.
Yep.
Celtics, yes. Suns, yes. Nuggets, no.
Nope.
Warriors, yes.
Okay.
Sixers, no. Lakers, yes. Those are my 5.
Yeah, it's weird to not have the Nuggets as the one.
Anybody else gets there? I mean, barring injuries, like you see Derrick Rose go down when they're number 1 seed or whatever. I'd be shocked if anybody else wins. Shocked.
Does that make like we're gonna be entertained and there's gonna be moments and teams will go force a game 7, but does that make it a shitty playoffs? Does that make this like uninspiring?
No, I think the NBA tends to have.
All right,
that.
we'll put it this way: would you rather watch the play? Like, I don't know, it's a stupid question.
But I think
would you rather watch the playoffs play out, or would you just rather have a 15-game series right now between the Bucks and Celtics and the Lakers and or Suns and Warriors?
No, because I still think we're going to get.
I might get the 50. I might pick.
No, because we're going to get.
The West is so stacked.
We're going to
dude.
get good series.
The West is going to be unbelievable.
But he just
games.
said he's got how many teams you got in the West that can win it? 2?
No, but I agree with them in theory, but I think we're still going to get like very good. Series.
I know, but doesn't it just seem kind of like a slow march to the inevitable?
But that's just what the NBA is. Like that, you know that. Like
yeah.
Like when has it ever not been like that in the last like 20 years?
All right, Rico. So I asked you earlier, how do you make the teams care about the regular season? And I think the simple answer is you give 2 buys to the 1 and 2 seed.
Possible. I have one that's I think a smaller scale. Go back to 5 games in the first round and do what the MLB did. The first round, you're the higher seed. Anything down from 1-8, 4, even to 4-5, all 5 games, if it goes 5 games, are at home. That's what they did in MLB, that. Right? With the Mets, we had all 3. We didn't have to go to San Diego. I'd do that.
Steve Kerr has been vocal about this. It's never going to happen, but just shortening the season, getting rid of load management. It's never going to happen because, you put asses in seats in the TV contracts. But, I mean, putting an 81-game season to, like, 60, like that, and have the stars play every night, I mean, that would certainly help, but that's a pipe dream. It's not going to happen.
I agree with Smitty. It'll never happen, though. I think that's
what else would you do? I kind of like mine.
I think there's a reason why, like, the obviously they're different sports, but like the NFL, like the reason it matters so much is every fucking game means everything.
What do you think about this too? Get rid of the lottery. The team who misses, the higher you get towards the playoffs, the more lottery balls you get.
So you're saying if you finish 11th, you get the most, you get the highest chance.
No, but that's going to leave teams just like in the dust.
I would love that. That's actually a great idea. It would leave teams in the dust, but it eliminates tanking.
It would eliminate tanking entirely.
It would invent a new type of tanking, like what the Mavericks did this year.
Yeah,
every
exactly.
team would do.
You would start seeing teams literally try, like they're like an 8-7 seed, literally trying to not make the playoffs at the end of the year.
What was the thought process at the Mavs?
So the Mavs had a top 10 protected
pick.
With
the Knicks.
The Knicks would get their pick if it were the 11th pick or lower.
Yes.
But if it's a top 10 pick, they get to keep it, and by
for
finishing where they
year,
did,
right?
Yeah, then
it turns into an unprotected, right?
Yes.
That's where it
2025 would be unprotected.
Yeah,
because they're in the lottery. So if it's 11-14, the Knicks get their pick.
All right, this is fun. We have a lot.
All right, Rico's being summoned for the dozen.
You were doing it here.
But yeah,
right on the air.
Sorry.
Give him hell, Rico.
Try.
And she did come in before we started airing and said we might need one of you. So hopefully Rico gets the question right.
Yeah. You're rooting for our PC and Hot Ice boys.
Yeah.
Hot Ice 2.0 today. Let's do it.
You guys got any trivia questions? You got anything?
A trivia question?
Yeah, anything? Any fun facts? Well, we
NBA
can make this our dozen
questions?
minute.
I don't usually. Jeff writes the questions. I try to answer them the best I can.
Got any fun facts or anything?
Actually. This isn't really a fun fact. I have a stat on the playoffs for. So the NBA playoffs, the last 7 years. If you blindly bet on every this is actually shout out Brad Powers, a good college football follow. He's a friend of Rico's as well. He tweeted out this good stat this morning. So if you blindly bet on every NBA playoff favorite the last 7 years, you're 322, 244, and 9 against the spread. 57%. Pretty fucking good. So favorites have been very good in the NBA playoffs. If you blindly bet on every NBA playoff game to go under the last 5 years, you're 224, 181, 5, which is 55%. So I don't know. Trends can be a very like, obviously like those you can make an argument those games, those teams that have anything to do with these teams, but I do think there is. I mean, over a 7-year stretch, 57% against spread of favorites. I think at least something to take into consideration.
First round unders are very good too. I think they're last decade they're like 20. You're plus 28, 29 units betting the under.
Defense starts in the playoffs.
I took the over in the Heat game. I took the under in the Lakers game though.
Oh yeah, we could pull those up too. So, what do you, Smitty? You have a heavy card today?
I got a heavy baseball card. Last run out on NHL too.
All right. Let's do the picks now because I want to go into the series prices and kind of pick your brain if there's any kind of value in terms of different stuff like that. I'm also interested to see like if the dog wins game 1. I don't think you can get the favorite at plus money necessarily. Like it doesn't
depend.
Doesn't move a lot.
Do you know that the Kings are the biggest underdog a 3 seed has ever been?
We knew that was going to happen. I'll tell
Plus
you what.
225 is a very.
I'm telling you right now. If you're the Warriors, don't just throw your shoes out on the court and think you're going to win.
Oh yeah, no, the Kings are going to come to play. They're going to be fucking
I don't think
angry.
they can do it, but I think the Kings are going to come fucking play. Smitty, what do you got? Still waiting.
I got Oilers Avalanche over 6.5, possibly my game of the year in the NHL. Noah at home for the first time over 6.5 against the Marlins. He usually gets beat up by the Marlins sometimes, but I still think he gets that. This is my favorite bet of the day, even though I have an NHL game of the year. DeGrom over 9.5 Ks plus money. He went 6 innings last week against the Orioles, 11 Ks. I said on Hot Ice, he might get 10 Ks in the first 3 innings with a wild pitch somebody gets on base. Manning for Detroit under 3.5. Padres, fuck the Mets. And you got Simeon over 1.5 total bases. Also like Acuna today for that bet.
Real simple. I'm on the Rockies as a dog. I'm on the Mariners as a dog. I definitely didn't give out the Rockies first 5, but that's a good bet. Whoever put that on there. And I got the hit parade. I like the dogs today. We got a lot of dogs in baseball. If you parlay them, I think it's like 46-1. We said with DeGrom strikeouts.
It was Megan with the Rockies
it's all
first
good,
5.
bro.
That's my
Give
man.
it to you, whatever. If it wins, I want it. If it loses, take it away.
Yeah, a lot of good
Fair.
dogs, too. Rockies at home
not a
and
me guy
Diamondbacks
move.
at home dogs.
The least me guy move you've ever pulled.
Exactly. Ev, you give your picks?
Yeah, so went heavy on basketball tonight for the playing games. I'm on the Heat -5 and the Hawks Heat over 27.5. Also on the Lakers laying the 8 in the T-Wolves Lakers under 232.5. I'm on the Rockies plus 145. I got Freeland on the mound. I actually forgot to send this. I'm also on the Diamondbacks with Merrill Kelly plus 110. I might add a little bit more. Think about the. Actually, might take a shot at the Yankees over as well, but I'll tweet out the full card. But
You got the hit parade, too.
now.
Don't
And
forget.
I got the hit parade. And actually, I think the 3x3 might have just got priced. Yeah, the 3x3 is Tyler Herro, LeBron, and Anthony Edwards, all to make 3 threes plus 450 tonight.
The
DeGrom case playing the Royals.
Yeah, Smitty loves it. This is a decent question from my guy Big Easy. Would you rather your NBA team win the title 4 out of 20 years, or your NFL team win 1 Super Bowl in 20 years?
This NFL team is not close.
I know, and that it's
not close.
It's not even debatable, right?
For
It
me,
depends what city, I think. Like, it depends on
honestly, the
fandom.
Knicks.
Oh yeah,
I'm taking 4 NBA Knicks.
yeah.
That's fair.
That makes
I'm
sense.
taking 4 Knicks titles.
Like Philly,
I also
it'd be
think
Eagles all day.
I'll tell you this.
Well,
The Celtics much rather get 4 right now because they had so many with the Patriots. So I think it's more answers NBA than
That's what I mean. The Sixers haven't had one since '83.
Right.
So I think I would lean for the NBA.
I also think it depends on what kind of
Eagles.
fan you are. Like, I'm more of a football fan than
But take that question to just on the surface level. I think a lot of people are leaning towards the NFL.
See, I honestly, I love the Giants are my first love. Like the Giants are probably my number 1 team of anything, but to take 4 Knicks titles,
It's crazy.
they haven't once in the 70s. I mean, we'd be
close.
We'd be
I
insufferable.
gotta address the chat real quick. They're giving me shit for saying 10 Ks in 3 innings. Hey, wild pitch, runner gets on base, counts as a K, you motherfuckers. Learn baseball one time. Hot Ice 2.0.
He's exaggerating to make a point. Pull up those series prices.
Also, just quickly, I'll fill this in while he's pulling them up.
Oh, real quick too. The Orioles are. We should have said this on Hot Ice. The fucking water chug is fucking unbelievable.
Yeah, it's
The
great.
beer bong.
Yeah, I mean we're gonna be a fun team to root for this year. I'm still accepting if you want to hop on the bandwagon. When we have the parade for the World Series, I'll let you guys on it. You can be on my float.
Appreciate
So former Ohio State Buckeye Jeff Okuda was just traded to the little sneeze for
Bless-
God bless
suspense. The Falcons.
Oh yeah, I haven't talked to you since Friday too. So shout out Utah State. They made a great hire. They made a fucking phenomenal hire. Guys in the press conference talking about bringing student back into student athletes. He's getting choked up talking about his parents. Danny Sprinkle is a fucking winner. You heard it here first.
3 straight conference championship games, right?
Yeah,
Wow.
2 championships. Gave K-State a run. Danny Sprinkle is a fucking unbelievable hire, and he's gonna run through the Mountain West very soon. Congrats, Danny. Very proud of you.
More breaking college
Jeez.
basketball news. Just broke in the last half hour. Cavender twins not returning for their 4th year of basketball, stepping away from the game of basketball.
Wow.
Wow.
Just
Yeah,
a
I mean,
life
they can
of-
make money doing anything.
It's a life of influencing.
They can make money.
Yeah, I don't know. Next chapter.
God bless him.
Yeah. So, we got those prices up. All right, zoom in. We got bad eyes here.
We got the
So, Smitty, I'll let you kind of tackle this one first. Nets, Sixers. Sixers a heavy favorite. I don't know if
Yeah.
anybody has the brains to or guts to play the Nets. You would have? Are you shaking your head? Yeah, no.
I will
Okay, so correct score is where I'm looking to go. Where do you think correct score is on that series? Can you click more bets over there to the right?
Click on the Brooklyn Nets Sixers.
Thank you.
Yeah, Sixers first round historically pretty good, especially under Doc. I think they win in 5. There shouldn't be a problem as long as everybody's healthy. But I will say this as a Sixers fan, I would much rather them lose in the first round than the second round again. Because they lose in the first round, maybe some changes will be coming. But if they get past the first round and lose to the Celtics, I'd rather just go out now.
Just get it over with. What do you think the series? What do you think the series is going to pay out?
I think Sixers
4 to
in 5.
1, Sixers and 5. What's that pay
Yeah.
out?
No,
not
that's
something
that's
I'm
probably the
trying to
most
pull it up
likely. It's the
now.
most likely outcome. What's it? Plus 190. Top left.
Oh, really?
Look, it's right there. I can see it.
Yeah, I know. I got
Yeah.
terrible eyes.
Maybe it goes 6. If it goes 7, it's like just kill me. But like it should be a relatively easy series. Should be.
Pulled like against the Hawks a couple years ago. They blow a couple 20-point leads in the fourth quarter.
That's what I mean, man. Just if you're gonna do that, just end it and fire Doc. Just end. Seriously,
No,
I'd much
I
rather do
hear you.
that
Yeah, you want him out.
than like get swept by the Celtics in the second round.
I think the Cavs Knicks. I think the Knicks or the Cavs are plus Cavs are minus
Where
like
did you get that?
180 or minus 200, something like that for the series.
Booze, where did you get that on the sportsbook? Did we hit? Go to
You have to go
Sports
to
NBA?
basketball
Okay,
and then
Sports NBA, right?
NBA series
NBA
markets.
series markets. All right, perfect. Golden State minus 286 against the Kings, plus 225. I'm
Wild.
still kind of amazed that it's. I actually kind of think it might be. I'm surprised it's not more. I know that's crazy, but like,
Would the Kings be favored over the Clippers, you think?
yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
How many of these teams do you think they'd be favored
Yeah.
to advance over?
I don't know. You know what? I don't know if they'd be favored over the Clippers. To be honest with you,
No, I think they would.
You
I think they would.
maybe without Paul George because he's hurt. You think a healthy Paul George and Kawhi, they're favorites still?
All right, here's one. Warriors to win game 1 and win the series is plus 115. That kind of seems like you're eliminating the juice. That seems almost
Well, you want to? Well, they've been so bad
Great
on the.
bet.
They've been so bad on the road. That's why they're playing on the road. I think
if
that's.
they steal the one.
Yeah,
they'll
but it's
steal game one.
playoffs. They're going to step up.
No,
I know.
I'm just looking to
there is no
eliminate-
bigger-
all right, you
I think the
wanna
Warriors
bet
can win it all.
You want to bet the Warriors to win the series, and you don't want to lay 280, 285, 286. I'm looking to show you ways around that. That's the first one that jumped out. to me.
It's reasonable. I'm just saying. I think that's the reason for the price.
Dude, the
Yeah.
spread of the series is still one. Golden State minus 1.5, minus 167.
I believe it.
Jesus.
I mean, they're the reigning champs.
Yeah, and Rico, that's a great bet. I'm going to play that right now. And responsibly, if they somehow go down game 1, I'm responsibly hammering them because they'll be around even money to win the series anyway.
Well, I'll tell you what. So, what do you think the best Oh, it's up there now. The best outcome is Warriors in 6. Then it's Warriors in 5. Then it's Warriors sweep.
Makes sense to me. I mean, the Kings, listen, they're not slouches. I just think they're.
Oh,
Warriors
I'm
haven't
just
been good on the
surprised
road
they-
this year.
I'm surprised they think it's going to go 6.
Warriors have struggled on the road a
Yeah.
little bit this year.
Well, it wouldn't surprise me at all to see the Kings come out first playoff game in a fucking generation, lay it to the Warriors, and then lose in 5.
Yeah. Phoenix Suns heavy favorite.
This
minus
one I
500.
think. This one I think you could sneaky get a good price on the Clippers. I don't think the Clippers
Really?
are. I still think the Suns are going to win, but I think you could get a good price if you want to take the Clippers. I think over 5.5 games is a good bet in this one.
Yeah, I don't hate that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Playoff Kawhi.
That's
good.
Kawhi's a dog.
Very good.
Cavs minus 200. Knicks plus 163.
Hey, here's a take. If Kawhi Leonard's healthy, I think he is top 5 talent in NBA history.
When he's get to his spot mode, you can't stop him. Like you'll put a hand in his eye. He and Durant are the two best at that, I think, and get to your spot.
But not even that.
and nail
Not
the
even
mid-range.
that. He might be the greatest defensive player of all time when he's healthy.
What about this? Knicks win game 1. Knicks win this series plus 350.
Well, it makes. Well, I mean, I just think it's. The Knicks are already. I mean, they're like 6-point dogs for game 1.
I'm just saying. I mean, I'm just looking at, I'm looking at the different options we have here. Cleveland to win in 5 is the favorite. Cleveland to win in 5 is plus 350. Ev.
They're disrespecting us. This isn't the same team.
Damn.
This is a Jalen Brunson Knicks team. Very different.
Knicks in 6, 5
Very
to
different
1.
than the team
Give me
that
that.
beat the
You
Hawks
know
in
what?
the playoffs 2 years ago.
Knicks in 6. Knicks in 6, 5 to 1. Give it to me right now, Booze. Write it down.
Lock it in.
Are you writing?
I am writing.
Write it down.
I'm
I
dead
am
the
right.
writing
Knicks
as
in 6.
fast as I can.
5 to
You know what I think I might do?
5 to 1. 5 to 1. Why not? Let's go Knicks in
I
6.
might take Knicks against the spread and money line just every game. See what happens.
You're saying the Knicks are disrespected. Cavs can play some fucking ball.
No, they can.
Are the Cavs sneaky? If the Cavs get by the Knicks, are the Cavs sneaky to make a run?
No.
I don't think they're deep enough.
No.
To be honest with you, or superstar heavy enough.
I don't know.
I'm
Donovan
not-
Mitchell has
but-
been playing like prime
he's-
Kobe
You don't
this
think
year.
they
He's been
can catch the
unbelievable.
Bucks?
He
You don't
ain't
think they
Kobe.
catch the Bucks sleeping? Bucks
No.
in
No.
No.
Bucks in 4 or 5.
Okay.
Yeah.
No.
Just asking the questions.
I think if Middleton's healthy, I mean the Bucks are plus 225 or whatever to win it all for a reason. If Middleton's healthy, like they have it all together right now.
If Middleton's healthy, the only team that even has a shot, I think, in the East is the Celtics.
Celtics, yep, I agree.
Okay.
What do you think?
I'm not a Donovan Mitchell guy. Like when all the trade with the Knicks, I wanted no part of him. I was happy they didn't make the trade. Like he's played well. I just think he's not a. I didn't like him on the Jazz. I just think he's like not a guy that, like he even on the Jazz, like he had some good playoff games where him and Jamal Murray had some crazy like wars where they both were scoring 1,000,000 points. But I just don't think he's that guy that can carry you to a championship. I just don't. He shoots too much. I think he's way too inefficient at times. I just think like a high volume, like he's like you say, he's playing like Kobe, but he's not Kobe. And he doesn't have Pau Gasol, and he doesn't have Lamar Odom, and he doesn't have this and that.
But the Cavs do. I mean, the Cavs can run. They can score. I mean, Mitchell's on. He's on. And I agree with you. I don't think they have enough star power to get it all or enough depth. But they have one of the best defenses in the league, too.
No, Mobley's very good. Like, can they beat the Knicks? Of course, they can beat the Knicks. But I just don't. I just think like that's their ceiling. And admittedly, I think the Knicks beating them is their ceiling as well. In all's fair, but
That's
like
fair.
I just think this is a war. I think it's gonna be a very good competitive series. They go 6-7 games, and I think you're basically in a war to lose the Bucks, which is nothing to be ashamed of. But it just is what it is.
Try to price. So I guess we all are assuming the Lakers win tonight.
I think they roll.
I mean, the Timberwolves lost their 2 best defenders over like a meaningless game, pretty much.
I do think a fun bet is the Lakers not to make the playoffs plus 800, but it's not going to happen.
All right, well try to price it. Lakers,
I don't hate this for like shits and gigs.
Lakers,
yeah,
Grizzlies.
What?
Price Lakers, Grizzlies.
For the series,
Yeah.
Probably Lakers' favorite.
I think it's really
It wouldn't be,
close.
it wouldn't be surprising.
Honestly, I bet it's still.
Let me ask you this: you're in the sports book. You're Jack McCarthy, the guy who sets the lines across our sports book, which he does. Shout out Jack, sets every line.
He works very hard.
Works very hard. That's why he's up all hours of the night.
Okay, continue.
Get
to the point.
How could you possibly have a major plus sign against the Lakers with all the momentum that the Lakers are gaining here?
Because
You
the
know what I
Grizzlies
mean?
are still very good.
I get what you're saying, but you want your sportsbook to be on the line for a possible like 400 payout.
It'll probably be close to
50-50.
50-50.
It's the same reason the Patriots and Mahomes are never big dogs like that.
Everyone, no one wants to say a line. Grizzlies minus 125.
Okay.
I was thinking like minus 130. Yeah. Maybe as high as minus 140. I don't think the Lakers are favored.
It's basically
Grizzlies are good.
If the Lakers are favored, I'm taking the Grizzlies.
Yeah, I'll agree with you, Ebo.
Yeah, I think it'd be like
you give me plus money on the Grizzlies in a home series.
Lakers were favored against the Suns 2 years ago as the 7th seed, I believe.
Yeah, they got smoked.
Yeah. So, all right, starts tonight. I mean, it's gonna be more. It's way more important. It's way more watchable. I think we have some good ideas on how to fix the regular season, but unfortunately, I guess good thing we don't have to put those in place. We get to watch the games that matter. I'm kind of rooting for the Warriors. I actually want to see. I hope it's Warriors Celtics. Let that run back again because the Celtics are in.
What's the matter with you?
What do you want me to say?
Have some parity. Have some nuts. Get a little life in you.
Here's what I want. I'll give you the final say. Final say. Rico's final say. I want the Celtics to lose again in the finals, and they realize they need to make a coaching change, and Brad comes back down from the top.
Sure. Hey, everybody like the stream for Jason, for Ebo, for Booze, for Za. Everybody like the stream for that. Thank you, boys.
That's Pick Central. Good job. Good show, boys.
Good work, Rico.